Yo, brother, you're right home with the geek. I'm Mark, aka the little black dude. You haven't seen me for a while, but here I am, and I brought somebody with me. I haven't done an interview in a long time, so I'm really looking forward to this kind of thing here. Would you please introduce yourself?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, geeks of all ages, I am Digga, Traydigga, hip hop's Goku, the legendary lyrical Super Saiyan, a member of Ghost Gang, Corfu, Am Down, member of the Gathering community organization, geek father, and confidant of the universe.
And with a pedigree like that, I cannot be upset. I love every minute of the fact that you are here. Mr. Trey Digga here. I got to meet when I was on Twitch watching my man DJ Awesome's Prime. Check out the other.
Yeah, shout out Awesome's Prime.
Check out the other card in the corner there if you want to see that interview. He introduced us. He was like, "Oh yeah, you're at home with a geek. This guy's really cool. You need to do an interview with him." I was like, "Yes, we do." So, tell us just a little bit about yourself. What kind of stuff do you do?
All right, so I am a legacy. My father was a DJ in Philadelphia. His name is Sonny Hobson. He produced music for Jimmy Smith as well as other people. You can look him up. He's Google friendly. He's in the Who's Who in Black America. He also has a figure in a wax museum in Washington, D.C.
Oh, man.
And, yeah, he just did an interview with the BBC. He was the first person on the scene at the Teddy Pendergrass crash. He actually pulled Teddy out of the car. That's a whole nother story for another day. My own musical journey starts out with, me freestyling over instrumentals I bought from Cheltenham Mall, which was like the spot to go when we were kids. Then from there, I did everything from battle rap to ghostwriting to, DVDs, all the local Philly ways to get on music. And then, I got the gift of being a father, and my kids started reciting my lyrics. And I was like, maybe I should change this into something I really care about. And I started doing culture influenced music, not only my personal culture, which is different ancestries. I'm African American, I'm Irish American, I'm Native American, but also, what I grew up on, cartoons and movies and comic books and toys, and try to show them that it's okay to be black and intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
And
now,
then,
your lineage is a lot
her,
like mine too, so I can't say nothing to you. I'm real happy about that too.
Yeah. So, I went through the normal channels. I've done, the mixtape vibes. I've done EPs. And I've done a lot of group projects. Learned a lot of things. Lost a lot of music. Not knowing the business sometimes is the biggest problem of being an independent artist. But currently, I am in the group Heroes for Hire with my man Ray. We just released a project. It's on Spotify. It's called Singles for Hire, as well as I have 3 EPs with Marston House Records with my good brother Steve Skeks of Corfu Am Down. And I have more projects coming with Ray, and I have more stuff coming with Steve. And hopefully I'll have more features with a lot of people. I actually set up a playlist prior to this interview on Spotify that has everything that I could find that I've collaborated with people on currently on all platforms. So if you use Spotify, the playlist is there. If not, you'll have to search a little bit more on Tidal or Apple Music or whatever platform you use. But I'm also on YouTube.
Yes, that's where I got to see the Saint Seiya cipher. That mess was hot, brother. Absolutely loved rolling with that. So, what is it that inspired some more of the pop culture end of what you were doing? Was it just because you wanted to give your children something more, or was it more that you wanted to do something different than everybody else was doing?
Okay, so the first person I actually heard use a punchline that was like cartoon or pop culture related was DMX. When he was like, I transform like Optimus Prime. I was like, oh, we can do that? That's a thing? We can do that. That makes my rhymes a lot more interesting. So then, everybody in Philly, my general area, it's like who has the hardest gun bars, who has the best drug bars, who's got the best flashy bars, and we're always competing with New York. So I was like, my thing is going to be, what's the best nerd punchline I can come up with?
Yeah, I'm with
And it's
that.
like, yeah. So I was like, all right, cool. This is what we're going to do. And I was met with some resistance. My friends were not really happy at first with my choice. They was like, it's cool to be black and a nerd, but in secret. You know, if you go black and a nerd, we don't really want that out there, because then we're going to have to do a lot more fighting with people. Like, you got a hand, we can't let you get jumped because you are our friend, so that means we all got to fight. And I was like, this the route I'm going. But
Mhm.
I feel like the extra momentum, the battery in my back, was definitely saying a rap to my kids, and they'd be like, "Yeah, Dad, why not?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why not?"
Yes,
He's like,
yes.
some. And he's like, "Yeah, Super Mario," and I was like, "Yeah, Super
Oh
Mario."
God. See, I
It's
love
something
stuff like
about
that.
like, yeah, like when I got a really good verse, I would call my sons up and I'd be like, "Yo, put the phone on speakerphone," and I'd be like, "Da da 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 da," and it was like, Dad, really? The kind of keyboard? You tripping. So,
So
you
they your
know,
best critics, huh?
oh, yeah. I've had my son tell me something was whack, and I was like, all right, cool. That's just going to go on a mixtape. That's not going on the album. But, that was the beginning of it. But also, just like, I've had people, like adults of all ages, tell me, like, yo, that song that you made or that verse, that really hits home for me, bro, and I appreciate you. And then it's like a different kind of like reinforcement behind the things I'm saying. Like, anybody can rap about a car, but everybody don't got cars.
That's true.
Anybody can rap about doing drugs, but not everybody does drugs.
Mhm.
Everybody can rap about, shooting guns, but not everybody's been to the gun range.
That's
But you know
true.
what everybody's done? Everybody's been black in America.
Hmm.
Everybody's wanted to read the next page of a comic book. Everybody's waited until the movie came out after watching the trailer. Everybody's broke their favorite toy.
Hmm.
Everybody's, hung out in a con line. There's a lot of things other people have done, and it's cool if you can't vocalize it, but it's all right if you're having a bad day and you're able to put on a song like, damn, I gotta wait until this next series comes out. I wish it could last longer, and then you throw in a song about wishing that a TV show could last longer or something like that.
I felt
It's
like
a
that
it's a
about
different
Pilot
vibe. It's
Candidate,
more of a
man.
spiritual connection.
I felt exactly the same way about Pilot Candidate.
Yeah, so that's
That
that's what it
show
comes
got
down to.
cut off so fast, man. Where have you been as far as performing is concerned? Are you just on the East Coast? Have you traveled around the country?
All right, so as far as venues go, Philadelphia is really hard to get in some of the bigger venues. So when it comes to like venues, you have to like really like earn your way into like some of the bigger venues. So I started out doing block parties and birthday parties and weddings and festivals and that whole route. But I mean, a lot of the venues in Philadelphia, like the big name venues, are no longer around. So it's like I've done God, I did the North Star Bar, which is no longer around. I did the Blockley, which is no longer around. The Rotunda, which is one of the longest running venues in Philadelphia. I've done that. Voltage Lounge, I performed there. I performed at Jesus. Just there's like so many venues in Philadelphia. What did they name it now? The Electric Factory is named something else.
Gotcha.
Uh, then there's Bourbon and Branch. Uh, there's so many venues in Philadelphia. But I mean, it's a forever changing scene. So I mean, there's like I performed at the ECW arena. That was
Oh,
pretty cool.
nice.
A couple J1 cons ago. J1 Con is one of the premier conventions in the tri-state. I was able to be at the after party and I got to perform in the ECW arena. It was like a childhood dream for me.
That's awesome.
And then I've opened up for numerous like older artists at Underground Arts, which is another big venue in Philadelphia. There's also the Barbary. I performed to open up for people there. Uh, there's so many places. I'm trying to think like what's still around and what's relevant. The Fire is another venue in Philadelphia that's still around. They've had all types of bands and stuff there. I'm trying to think of like memorable performances that I've had because as an artist, there's so many like what I would call a memorable performance would be hanging with like a local artist, because I've opened up for a lot of nerdcore artists too,
Mm.
like a hometown hero of ours, Mega Ran.
I saw
I've
Mega
had
Ran
the
at
privilege of
J1
rocking
Con.
with him.
Oh man, I saw Mega Ran at J1 Con. He was the truth.
I don't like to really name drop. That's not really my thing.
Okay.
But uh, quintessential people that I've been able to rub elbows with. I had the privilege of opening up for Mobb Deep
Nice.
before Prodigy passed,
Mm.
and I was able to secure a solo performance with Prodigy. I opened up for Slum Village,
Mm.
um, MOP, five. I believe I had five members of the Wu-Tang Clan. State Property, which is a big Philadelphia group.
Of course.
Oof. God, I'm trying to think. There's uh, hey, it's kind of hard because I don't footnote stuff like that.
Mm.
But man, uh, God, Mickey Fax. Uh, there's so many. I'm trying to think. The Delphonics.
Oh, nice.
That's a singing group from back in the day. Some
Mm.
people might not know who that is. God, I'm trying to think. There's so many like random, random people I've opened up for. But it's just like at oh man, there's so many. It's like something like I have to like really write down. I like how like you're supposed to have your resume ready. You're like,
Hmm.
these are the people I've opened up for. But there's like so many legendary people that I've been able to shake hands with and meet and get knowledge from. It's kind of hard to just have that list in front of you. It's like I've been doing music. I've been known for music for like 10 years, but I've been doing music since like 2002.
I see.
So yeah,
We've
so I've done a lot of behind the scenes stuff. So it's like it's kind of hard to like really be able to like just like rapid fire like, oh yeah, this person, that person, blah blah blah. But I've been privileged to meet and greet and perform in front of and get knowledge from some of the best of the 2000s, the 90s, the 80s, and a couple other referable cats. Like I was able to sit down with the Kango Kid, if
Oh,
anybody knows who that is. Yeah,
that's
and then
wild, man.
I had a conversation with Force MDs, and I had a sit down with Cornbread, one of the first graffiti writers out of Philadelphia. And I, besides legendary b-boys and legendary graph writers, I've been able to sit down with like one of the most amazing people that I've ever met in person was I met Jesse Jackson.
Oh,
He's a friend of my father's. Yeah, we
that's
went to
cool,
an
man.
NAACP event, and Jesse Jackson was on to talk, and he was like Sonny Hobson, and turned around and came to my dad. I didn't think we were like throw hands or hug or whatever. And then it was just like, it was like one of those moments. It's like, hey man, it's good to see you, such and such. And I was just like, who are you, Dad? Like,
Oh, that's wild, man. That's wild. You have a long list of people that you've gotten to meet. So, who would you say influences your current style the most? Who is it that you kind of draw inspiration from?
it's kind of okay. So this is a multi-level thing. So
Okay.
my father started me out on Motown.
Mm.
So he quotes himself as one of Philly's original rappers because he used to have the spill in between records, and he used to spill the commercials, and he used to talk at live shows and stuff like that.
That's cool.
So like he raised me on the Motown and like the 80s R&B.
Mm.
My mom was the one that really put me on to like Will Smith and like other cats that was rapping. So that's kind of like where some of that came in. But I mean like the the first two CDs I personally own are such a great contrast. So I had Will Smith's Big Willie style, and
Mm.
then I had Eminem, the Slim Shady LP. And it's like these are in rotation, and
Mm.
it's like such a contrast. And then when they had their little incident where Will and Eminem was going back to back, I was like, do I play these CDs back to back? And I was also burning like songs off of the radio. I had the tape recorder and I press it and stop it, president stopped it. Don't know nothing about difficulty of stealing music back in the day. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't just download. It was like I gotta wait by the radio until this song comes on and hope I get the whole thing. Sometimes you just got the hook.
Yep. And then, of course, you got people
So
coming in
it's
the
like-
background asking you questions and stuff like, "What you doing? Why you crashing over by the radio?"
Yeah, man, it was the worst.
Mhm.
But I mean, besides that, it's like I remember, like, all right, so yeah, I get, I'm gonna get some. We're gonna get some feedback for this one, but MC Hammer played a very pivotal part in the beginning, for real, because he had the MC Hammer cartoon, and then
Yeah.
the dancing was crazy. If you pulled that dance out of the party, he was illin'.
Uh-huh.
And then also Kid and Play was out here. They albums is something to listen to if you really think about it. It was really going hard. So I got Kid and Play, I got MC Hammer, got Will Smith, got Eminem, Michael Jackson. People don't understand the influence Michael Jackson had. Y'all can say what y'all want to say, but my man beatboxed, he broke dance, and he be spitting bars. You can't tell me they don't really care about us as not an angry black man rap.
Man, yes. Oh my God.
I'm not trying to hear it.
Oh my God. I cannot.
But yeah,
cannot
so
stress enough how much that hits, because I remember when that song came out. Oh my God. It was exactly how a lot of us were feeling at the time. So yes, you are 100% right.
people be looking at, and I'm like, you can't tell me like certain records, like. So like that my journey's mad weird because normally you listen to the cats in your city first, but like my circle was kind of weird, so we like listen to everything. So I remember like Linkin Park coming out, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. And I remember like I got put on to everything, but I mean like as far as like influences go, to break it down, like jazz music, Motown music, 80s, 90s R&B. 90s hip hop, and then we go into like the late 90s. I hit my West Coast stride, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't a Tupac fan, but Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem, you know what I'm saying? I did my New York Cats, I did my rock because Jay-Z had the Philly Bulls, so I had to run with that, you know what I'm saying? State property, you know what I'm saying? And then wasn't no Jersey Cats I was really rocking with besides Method and no, that was Redman. Redman, my bad. Method and Red together as a unit always gets me. But Redman, I was listening to Redman, Rod Digga, and the Outsiders. You know what I'm saying? The Outlaws wasn't really my twist.
I can understand that. But how can you
as
mention the
far as,
Outsiders
like,
and not the Fugees? Come on, man. They was Jersey too, brother. Bring up.
And I had to have some Jamaican influences in there. So I had my Beanie Man, my Elephant Man, I had my Mr. Vegas, I had my Sean Paul. God, I had so many dope reggae artists that came through. But I mean, like as a artist that tries to make music for every element, I have invested in every type of music, everything from grunge to R&B to hip hop to soul to lo-fi and in high school my graduation project was actually on different kinds of hip hop around the world. So I did a chapter on French hip hop, German hip hop, Japanese hip hop, Chinese hip hop, Korean hip hop, British hip hop. And I listened to like a lot of random stuff, and it's just like the way that they flow or what they take from us is interesting. It's interesting to see how it's evolved too. And it's just like I can't say that now I'm not influenced by everything I hear. Like I want to be one of those old gatekeeper dudes. It's like, yeah, this ain't hip hop, this ain't the way it go. But then you got artists like Tierra Whack, who just like went from being Dizzle Diz, who was like a DVD battle rapper, to like Philadelphia's Missy Elliott. And then you got like Little Uzi Vert, who is more or less, you know what I'm saying, like he's very, he has so many rock star vibes. He's like almost like a rock band, but as an individual. You know what I'm saying? Like Philly is three scenes. There's the backpacker scene, which is like the hip hop bulls, and then there's the drug dealer scene, which is like the guns and, you know, shoot the cops. And then there's the, you know, the weirdo scene, which is like, you know, whatever is outside of those two boxes, which
Gotcha.
would encompass like, you know, rock, rap, and then like nerdcore and whatever else. So it's just like I try to always keep myself with an open ear. Like when there's this new guy who just came on the scene. I just heard his name is Mario Judah, and
Mm,
he's blowing up big on TikTok. And I was listening to his song, and I was like, "Oh, this is some rock here," but it's like rock rap, and I was like, "I respect that."
mm,
It's like Travis Scott. People didn't know who Travis Scott was, and look what he just did on Fortnite. He just
mm.
had a whole concert and released the secret album with Kid Cudi. What?
Yeah.
Just like, yeah.
Yeah,
So you
I
know,
just
that's my
recently,
influence now is the
yeah, I just recently heard of Travis Scott, so I'm right there with you. I had no idea who he was before recently. It's definitely good to see how the landscape has changed, because I remember back in the '80s how hip hop was still kind of trying to find its groove, and everybody was given something to try, and what would work okay was good. But then around 1993 when gangster rap started becoming like the big thing, everybody was trying to do that, and that always bothered me. So now seeing that there's guys like yourself, guys like Ghost Gang, guys like DJ Awesomeness Prime, who are doing stuff that guys like me who love hip hop but also love nerdy stuff like this, makes me real happy to see that that is the case. First, and second, it's great to see that there are things that I can play for my younger cousins, or play for my sons, or play for the kids that I teach and all that, and not be worried about what they're hearing being something terrible or something that gives them a wrong influence. So, gentlemen like yourself, I am 110% happy that you are doing what you're doing.
exactly. I take it even back to like bigger artistry, because then you've got like Humpty Hump with Humpty
Oh,
Hump and Shock
I
G.
love that dude.
That whole situation, bigger level artistry,
Oh my god, I love stuff like that,
or
especially.
even what Parliament did. How Parliament had the whole spaceship intergalactic
Yes.
situation going on. It's like what? That's so ahead of its time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it
And it's
definitely
just
was.
like, you know, Wu-Tang being
Mm-hmm.
also Shaolin Kung Fu
Mm-hmm.
masters.
Yep.
Like when I opened up for Ghostface Killer, he killed himself in the middle of his performance.
Really?
And it, yeah. So what happened is he was doing the tour for one of his albums, and
Mm,
he came on stage as as Tony Stark. He was
mm,
doing the Tony Stark joint. He performed some songs, and the crowd was vibing. And he got called from his boss, and his boss was like, "Yo, we need to see you at the distribution spot."
mm,
Turned out he was flipping money, trying to take over a cartel in Mexico, or no, Italy.
mm,
And when he got to the factory, they killed him. They
mm.
melted his body down and pressed his soul in the vinyls, and then gave one vinyl
Wow.
to each mafia family. And on the
Wow.
anniversary of his murder, they were supposed to play his blood record. And
Mm.
unfortunately they summoned his ghost face killer,
Killer.
and he came back on stage and he did the whole rest of the set in the ghost face mask. It was
Oh,
wild.
that's crazy,
And
man.
I was like, what if I just watched? So like Raekwon, don't get me wrong. Raekwon, when I opened for him, he
Mm.
did a nasty show. And when I opened up for Jizza and Killer Priest, that was pretty fire too. Jizza, no background lyrics. Every word was on point. It was ridiculous.
Mm.
But like as far as like Wu-Tang and seeing them live, like Ghostface has left a lasting impression of like what artistry is on stage.
That
Like
is
he's in my
beautiful.
top 5 performers I've ever seen live or performed for.
That's good stuff, man. When I was driving to work the other day, I saw a sign in front of somebody's house, like the presidential signs, all that kind of stuff. It said, "Presidents are temporary, Wu Tang is forever." That's what I'm talking about, baby. Oh man, I am loving this. I'm loving this so much. Um, how can people get in touch with you? How can people follow you on social media? How can we get to see you in person? Those kind of things.
All right, so finding me, I am on Instagram. I am on TikTok. I am on Snapchat. I am on Facebook. I am on Twitter. I'm on YouTube, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Reverb Nation. Uh, I'm on everything. If there's
I can
something to
see
be
that.
on, I'm on Twitch. I'm on everything.
Mm,
Yeah. So to find me, I tried to keep it consistent across the board. It's
mm,
TrayDigga, Trey Digga. There's nobody else really. There's like one or two guys, but like I have enough content out there over the years where I pop up first. So
mm.
it's like the Facebook fan page, I try to keep that up, but with Corona, it's been kind of like laying low. It's just been
Yeah.
musical releases.
Mm.
Uh, I'm still getting into the TikTok. I'm not big on that. I'm
No.
crazy with the edits, but I'm just like still trying to figure that out.
Mm.
The most place I'm active is I'm active on Instagram the most. I post pictures. I'm about to get back to posting freestyles and throwaway bars and stuff like that. I need to post more stuff on YouTube. I've been playing with a lot of different videos, ideas. We have some videos in the work, both solo trade digger stuff, heroes for hire stuff, so on and so forth, all the groups I'm a part of. So the YouTube is gonna start producing more content. As far as like the other things, as things come out, I try to like promote it across the board.
Mm.
So like, that's how like online I try to be as vocal as I can. But if you find me on Instagram, it kind of leads you to everything else because I
Got
post everything else. Um as far as like meeting in person, right now, unfortunately, there are no conventions.
it. Mm.
There was actually
Unfortunately.
Nerdpocalypse still happened,
Mm.
but they didn't really book me for Nerdpocalypse because of the time constraints and everything that was going on.
Mm.
But I have like 5 cons booked for next year,
Mm.
pending Corona. Uh, Instagram, I will let you know. There should be more online concerts coming. I don't know when. Probably, hopefully, do some more before the end of the year.
Mm.
But normally, I'm centralized in Philadelphia. Sometimes I'm in Jersey.
Mm.
But those are normally my main 2 places where I am. Unless a convention reaches out to me, then I'm in like, upstate New York or, upstate Jersey or upstate Pennsylvania, or I even have been down south. I've been to Baltimore, Washington, Virginia, Carolina. So, I mean, just connect with me on a social media platform, and then I can feed you information on how to, get in touch. I know we're not doing hugs and handshakes right now, but
Mm.
like I have Lysol spray and I have sanitizer if I'm in person, and we can just have the mask on and
Mm.
we can shake hands and then we can sanitize together.
Yes.
Or if you want to hug, we can Lysol before, hug, and then Lysol after. You know, Connection and energy and being with each other is very important to the human soul
Yes.
and me as a
Yes.
person. I know it's hard being a geek. I know it's
Hmm.
hard being a nerd. I know it's hard being otaku. I know it's hard being black. I know it's hard being mulatto. I know it's hard being in America, especially
Yes.
right now. So
Hmm.
I feel like all the hugs are necessary.
Hmm. We got to keep
You know what
giving
I'm
each
saying?
other love.
But
Yes.
yeah, shout out to 8-Bit Bling. They
Hmm.
make all my trade digger chains. You can find them on everything. And also shout out to Rory. You know what I'm saying? Rory still, she made Teddy Ninja, this fly hoodie I have on right now.
Nice.
Shameless plug,
Mm.
supporting those who support me.
Mm. Hey, I love
Also,
it.
thank you for having me on the show.
Thank
This
you
was
for
an
being
amazing experience.
here.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Your
Listening.
Funko Pop collection has me in awe.
Hmm. I only get stuff that I like, but I've been able to collect some things that really have a good vibe to it. And it all started with my Stitch 626 and then just expanded out from there. Oh my God. But no, I am so happy that you agreed to talk with me for a little bit. Oh, see, I like this guy. Oh, I like you even more. Hold up, I got mine too. Of course, I gotta have my man Stitch. Oh, Hannah, all day, brother. Oh my
Yo,
God.
I cried.
Mm.
Tears.
Oh man, so did I. So did I. I ain't got no shame on it, brother. That was heart wrenching stuff. Oh my
That's in
God.
my top Disney movies. Like we talking top 10, you gotta do Lilo and Stitch in there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, absolutely.
like
Oh my
that, The
God.
Lion King, Aladdin.
Mhm.
You know, there's a,
Oh my
you
God.
know, I get in a lot of. I'm just just.
Then of course a Goofy movie, which is the blackest Disney movie ever. Care what anybody
I
says.
felt that here.
Mhm. Oh man. Oh, I'm so happy I got to talk with you. All right, brothers. Everything that we've been talking about here, I'm gonna make sure the links are down in the down low so that you guys can check out more stuff about Trade Digga. I'm gonna have to get in touch with dude with 8-Bit Bling, get my G all set up because I want one of them chains, man. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Thank you again, Trey Digga. This guy's awesome. Listen to whatever he's got out there, man. Definitely check out the Say a Cipher. That mess is hot. But until next time, this the little black dude. Put your fist up with me. Stay geek and proud.